Some of y'all are finally starting to see the questionable things that have been going on between Chloe, Halle, and Beyonce's Parkwood Entertainment. Now, I made this video on YouTube about 2 years ago, woke pop culture on YouTube as well, where I really broke down how I've been peeped that, again, Beyonce was sabotaging Chloe's career intentionally in favor of her daughter Blue Ivy. And then I just saw this tweet talking about how Chloe and Halle and I think Halle Bailey's Instagram has unfollowed Parkwood Entertainment on Instagram. Now, I think another tweet has been put out saying that I think only one of these accounts unfollowed Parkwood. But anyway, we're going down the rabbit hole. Hold on tight. So like a lot of y'all, the footage from the Cowboy Carter tour has been all down my For You page, and I've been seeing Blue Ivy dance. And of course, you know, as she's gotten older and older, Beyonce has pushed her more and more into the spotlight, and she's taken Blue Ivy on tours with her, and she's taken Blue Ivy to performances. So yeah, she's grooming her daughter to take her spot, which has left people like starting to realize that, okay, so you never really had any plans for these girls, you know, you have plans for your daughter, which is like, duh, like Blue Ivy is bloodline. These are just like some girls. But that's the thing. These are also not just some girls. These two have a longer history with Beyonce than they're telling you. Because for those of us who know, Chloe was in the movie Fighting Temptations with Beyonce when she was much younger than what you see in those videos that they claim Beyonce discovered them from on YouTube. So, you know, there's a reason why they're like lying about how they met Beyonce. There's something more going on here. I feel like these two girls' parents are handed them over to really Tina, because y'all keep thinking that Jay-Z and Matthew are the villain when what's really going on is Tina, okay? And I just feel, because like also Pete, why was Tina in the Have Mercy music video? Like, clock that, right? And you know, I'm just feeling like, okay, like these two have been over there for a while, and of course some people thought that they were over there being like artistically developed, but that development hasn't paid off, if there really has been any development. You know, they popped out for about a good 5 minutes, and then it was over just like that. You know, one of them ended up having a baby after The Little Mermaid. There's more to that story. Y'all keep thinking that she did that by choice. Y'all keep thinking that y'all are just not seeing that there's a play behind her having that kid. I understand that Disney was involved in that. So there's more to that story. And then when it comes to Chloe with Burna Boy, you know, I think that, you know, look, the industry runs off of Africans. So I think that she's being sold to him because, again, her music isn't making any money. And that's what labels do. When your music don't make no money, you better, you know what I'm saying, go on a yacht somewhere, go across seas somewhere. So something weird is going on with this. But I want y'all to also understand, like, the industry is based off of offerings, right? You got to be willing to like give something up. And I think that with Blue Ivy coming up, she needs an offering, you know what I'm saying? And it might not necessarily be like something dark, but these two might have to get out of the way or be shelved for Blue Ivy to really be able to shine. Also, this one here, Chloe, is the real competition for Beyonce. Because she's younger, she's similar skin complexion, and she can sing and dance too. And so Beyonce was like, I need you out of the way so you don't come in and have a long lasting career that could really rival my daughter's like promised success. And I want to get on that too. I don't think Blue Ivy really wants to do the things that Beyonce is making her do. I think that's pretty obvious, because you cannot convince me that Blue Ivy's a good dancer. Blue Ivy can learn choreography. That doesn't mean that you can dance. Every time I see her dance, it's awkward and cringy because you can see her counting the steps in her head. And, you know, she doesn't dance like what's his name daughter, like Bow Wow daughter. Like Bow Wow daughter is a natural dancer. This Blue Ivy's not a natural dancer, but just also peep how Beyonce is making her work very hard so young, when a daughter doesn't really have talent like that. I think that while her fans are so busy caught up in the rapture of idol worship, I think when Blue Ivy grows up, she's gonna have resentment for that, because let's not forget that Blue Ivy was performing on Christmas Day last year. And I get it, like, some people, you know, you wanna be a stage mom, okay, but it's just like, this child doesn't dance like she really wants this. And so you making her tour because you getting older and you need somebody to like continue to make money off of, especially because, you know, again, look, Beyonce and Jay-Z have made some particular deals. Jay-Z has made a crazy ass deal with Live Nation in which Beyonce is leveraged, and now Blue Ivy is leveraged because she's related to them. And so they need some way to like fulfill contractual obligations with Live Nation, with the music industry, and with, you know, some other entities. And so sometimes when you want a lot, you have to give a lot, and nothing is big like a kid giving, you know what I'm saying, hey, like, I want, you know, a $200 million house, I want to be billionaire, I want to be the top, you know, of my industry, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you want all these things, but you're going to have to give something. What you going to do for me, pretty much. And so I think Blue Ivy doesn't have a choice. Like, when you really start to study some of this stuff, again, like, certain people are handed over to other people because they were already promised before they were born. Like, they don't have a choice in the matter. And one thing about certain people or certain entities is like, when you make a deal with them, they're going to come to collect. So Blue Ivy doesn't have to really want to do this. She has to because she doesn't. Yes, she has to because she was like she's leveraged for a particular contract. And I think these two are offerings for her. What do y'all think? I don't know. I just know something here is not right. And I think a lot of people are not reading this all the way right. I think people know that Beyonce hasn't been like handling them right, but I don't think y'all are really seeing what's really going on behind the scenes. And I don't think Blue Ivy can sing, because if she could sing, Beyonce would already be exploiting that too. So they're just making her dance. But I don't know if their plan to have Blue Ivy take over Beyonce's throne is going to work. I think there will be people who will always be, you know, D-writers of the cartels. And, you know, so Beyonce is going to be able to pass on a fan base to Blue Ivy and thus like she'll have success because people loved her mother. But will the talent really be there right now? I just don't see it. And if the talent is there, it's not going to be in dancing. Let's talk in the comments.